How do you turn your iPhone into a portable gaming console? So turning your iPhone into a gaming console isn't really that hard, and we're going to start off by talking about controllers. So there's several different iPhone controllers that I would recommend, and first off, there's the Razer Kishi. And if you have the iPhone 15, they do also have the USB-C version since the iPhone 15 has a different port. And there's also the Backbone one, which I don't have, but it's pretty similar to this, except the grip is slightly better because the controller is bigger, and it also has its own separate app which you could use as the gaming console menu. Now, another option for the gaming controller is using an Xbox or a PlayStation controller. So this one I have is for the PS4, and then I also have the Xbox One controller, and then you could buy like an attachment to attach it to your iPhone so that it holds up like this. And that's my next best recommendation. And between the Xbox and the PS4 controller, I would pick the PlayStation controller because it's lighter and it's more comfortable. And that's basically it for the iPhone controller. And if you're interested in any of these, then be sure to check them out. I will have links for all of them in the description. So next up, we need to talk about how you're going to turn your iPhone and your controller into a portable gaming console. So there are several different ways to do this. So number one, you could use a gaming service. Like for example, I have cloud gaming here, and this does cost money. It costs about $15 a month to use this, but there's several different other gaming services out there like Apple Arcade, which you could get off of the App Store by going into the Apple Arcade section over here. So if you're willing to spend a lot of money, then this could be one way to go. Now, the next method that you could use is if you have a console, you could use Remote Play. So for example, if you have an Xbox, then you could just open the Xbox app and press on this console button at the top right corner. Then press on Get Started and add an existing console. And just go ahead and connect your Xbox to your iPhone, and then you'll be able to use your portable Xbox anywhere you're at. So that's how you do it for the Xbox. For the PlayStation, it's a bit different. Just search up a tutorial for it because I don't have a PlayStation, so I don't know how to do it. But moving on to my third method, this method would involve using emulators. So this one's going to be a bit more complicated. So basically, you could try running a retro game console. Like for example, I have the Nintendo DS emulator over here, and I also have the PSP emulator, which is the PlayStation Portable. And in order to do this, we'll start off with the retro Nintendo consoles, and we have the Delta app over here, which you could download by going into the App Store and just search up Delta. And when you download this app, you'll be able to use various different Nintendo gaming consoles. Like for example, you have the classic Nintendo, Super Nintendo, Nintendo 64, Game Boy Color, Game Boy Advance, and the Nintendo DS. And there's also another app that you could use for the Nintendo 3DS, which would be just search up 3DS emulator and download Folium. And this one costs $5. And the reviews on this app aren't that good, but it's the only way to run the Nintendo 3DS on the iPhone. But once you download either app, just go ahead and open it and press on this plus button at the top right corner, and then press on Files. And you have to get special game files for whichever Nintendo console that you plan on using. So for example, if I have the Game Boy Advance emulator over here, and in order to get these files, I'll explain it down in the comments. So just check the pinned comment down below, and once you've opened the file, just press on it, and just press on resume or restart. And that's basically how you use any Nintendo console that you want on your iPhone. Now the process for this is going to be a bit different for the portable PlayStation. So to run the portable PlayStation, just go on to the App Store and search up PPSSPP. And then once you download this app, just go ahead and open it and press on load, and just select whichever game files that you want to run on the PSP. And I do have an explanation on how you could get these down in the pinned comment. But once you open it, you'll be able to run that game on your PSP. Now, in order to save your progress on the Nintendo and the PlayStation Portable, all you want to do is, starting with a PlayStation Portable, just press on this button at the top, and then just select Save State. And that's all you have to do. Now for the Nintendo, the process is a bit different. So what you want to do is just press on the menu button and press on Save State, and pressing the plus, and then your progress will be saved. Now there are a couple other emulator apps that I could recommend. So this one over here called Gamma is just a PS1 emulator, and RetroArch has a whole ton of emulators in one, so I'll show you all of them, and you can just pause the video to look at them. So it includes several dozen different emulators in one app, and that's basically all there is to cover for iOS emulation. Now the last thing that I would recommend for turning your iPhone into a portable gaming setup is getting a portable battery pack. So I don't own one myself, but if you plan on turning your iPhone into a portable gaming setup, then I would definitely recommend getting a portable battery. I will have a link for a portable battery in the description, so be sure to check it out. So that is basically how you turn your iPhone into a portable gaming console. Now that's basically it for this video. Be sure to like, subscribe, and check out my channel to see more videos like this in the future. And if you have any video suggestions, be sure to leave them in the comments below.